Hi everyone, this is Dr. Shwetambara Sabharwal. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that is happening in every household, and a lot of us couples are grappling with it. Lots of arguments, lots of conflicts, whether it's about the food on the table, for the remote control, how and how much the kids are studying or not, general happenings in the house. It is a tough time, to say the least, because there is so much more for us to be decisive about, work together as a team, yet we're all so emotional and struggling with so many intrapersonal conflicts. So I thought that it was time for us to identify where some of these conflicts are coming from, thereby understanding how we can sort some of these out by ourselves. In my experience as a relationship counselor, I've seen that there are a few common occurrences, that lead to conflicts amongst couples. And, one of them is a preoccupation with the self. Very often when we are talking to our partner, we are really preoccupied with I and, with ourselves. So I think that ego interferes with a lot of the processing of what's going on in the current moment. Number two is our past baggage, past trauma. We carry that with ourselves all the time, and the partner is the next best person to offload that on. So we need to become aware of this. Number three is a high need for approval or acknowledgement for what we do. I think we really crave that from our partners, and the higher the need, the more needy we get, and frustrated and angry we get if we don't get it from our partner. Then there is expectations and demands. We forget that it's okay to wish for something, it's okay to desire for something, but somehow when it comes to a partnership, those convert themselves into expectations and demands, and of course again lead to disappointment and even anger when those are not fulfilled. There is a significant inability to empathize, and I think this is also related to a heavy ego, where we're not able to leave our shoes and step into the others. We're not able to understand where the other person is coming from, and there is no better time than this one to work on empathy, because there are few emotions that almost everyone is experiencing. So it's not going to be that difficult to understand where the other person is coming from and what the other person is feeling. And the last point, yet one of the most significant occurrences between couples, is the presence of resentment. That just makes everything so much more difficult. They find it very difficult to forgive each other, to move on, to let bygones be bygones. Now that I have listed down the barriers in a relationship and in conflict resolution or problem solving, I think we could try and understand what exactly is going wrong in the dynamic there. And very often subconsciously we get into a conversation to solve a problem, to be perceptive, to be effective, but somewhere down the line in that conversation we're lost and something gets triggered. So these are the pointers that you can keep in mind. And in terms of treatment, in terms of resolution, I would suggest that the most important thing is for us to start working on ourselves. Start understanding yourself. What are you bringing to the table? What is it that you're carrying on your shoulders? What is it that is such a significant part of you that is interfering with resolving the issue at hand in the current moment? So bringing your focus to the present and to this problem, from that preoccupation with self, with the past, with my expectations, with the way I want to get it done. So taking responsibility, becoming more self-aware is very important. Point number two is we will have to understand and empathize with the other entity that we're trying to work with over here. And that is hard, but it is absolutely imperative that we get a headway into that direction. We will have to accept differences. You're two different people, and no matter how many years you spend together, how passionately in love you are with each other, you are two different, unique individuals, and we will have to accept and respect and actually appreciate those differences. And another very important point is to be able to let go of the past. Couples find it difficult to let go of past conflicts. At that time you had said, and at that time she had done. So it's very important that if at this time, which is emotionally so loaded and so intense for all of us, we will have to let go of the past, learn to forgive. And the last one, guys, is please also learn to appreciate. There is a lot being done, and that needs to be focused on as opposed to what is not being done. So please do appreciate each other. And I'm here if you want, if you want to give me some feedback, you have some other questions, I'll be happy to help. Thanks for listening.